Part 15, Don Quickshot. Nicola wakes with an unsettling premonition that lingers all morning. Kelly's already aboard the transport returning from Conservation Area 368. The mission report sent to Nicola's terminal. Oh no. In other words, they purposely send Cone Labyrinth onto Babylonia. But why? Driven by the needle-sharp premonition of danger, Nicola quickens pace, hurrying toward Cone Labyrinth's location. On his way to Hassan's office, Yeltsin is lost in thought. His mind drifts through the ghosts of the third dark room, the hundreds of volunteers, the long hours beside Munu's sterile chamber, a mosaic of faded memories. Yet, it always sharpens to a single searing point. The day Hassan returned to announce the world government was pulling its funding. The numbness, the shock, the pleas, the despair, the entire emotional cataclysm has blurred into a dull ache. All that remains vivid is Hassan's regretful apology and the sight of his retreating back. Hassan was a messenger, truly. First, he delivered hope. Then, he delivered despair. Years later, Hassan found his way to Babylonia. His expertise earned him a place within the very machine that had abandoned him. It even placed him across the table from Hassan professionally, but not once did a man mention the third dark room. The past receipts as the president reasserts itself. Hassan's office door now stands before him. His eyes open with a soft hiss. Without touching the controls, Johnson guides his wheelchair forward, the machine gliding silently on the path of his thought. Hello, Dr. Johnson. Just as he did 40 years ago, Hassan calls him Doctor. The title is a fossil, a relic from a world that no longer exists. Cancer will suffice, Mr. President. Hassan gives a smile. I thought Doctor would be more symbolic. Symbolic? Huh. The nearby coffee machine sputters to life. Hassan accepts a cup and takes a slow, deliberate sip. The same beans as before? Though the acidity is much sharper now. These are not the best of times. Hassan remains non-committal. For certain people in Babylonia, I imagine life continues unchanged. Is that what you believe? I've done a great deal of thinking over the years. What happened then cannot be laid solely at Chillard's feet, or yours. The Parliament is tapestry of conflicting interests. Progress was always an uphill battle. Chrono, Earth loyalists like you and Nicola, the Voyagers, the emerging space generation, those upstarts from FOS, not to mention the short-sighted opportunists. It was impossible. Just impossible. I imagine your position was not an easy one, either. We always find a way through hardship. Ever the optimist, aren't you? Hassan opens his mouth to speak, only to be cut short. But at what cost, Hassan? Hassan's gaze look straight through Hassan, fixed on the distant, invisible point. His voice is a blend of weary acceptance and the faint, sharp edge of an old resentment. Why did it have to be you who came to the third dark room to tell me the project was cancelled? And yet, you were the one who first offered me that hope. Hassan, is this broken world the future you visioned when you abandoned the one I was fighting for? Tell me. Hassan produces a standard issue handgun from his coat. Oh? Raises the dark barrel toward Hassan, his own eyes just as hollow. Oh my god, are you sure this is the path you want to take? I have one more question. Back then, was Project Connections emblem on the tree? What gave you that impression? A bitter smile touches Janssen's lips. Then allow me a prophecy. You will become a sinner, and I, the jester who cheers you on. You once said anyone could become the president of the world government. Then we shall see if that's true. Oh my god! A second sound comes from outside the door, but it no longer matters. The windmill of fate has begun its turn. Meanwhile, Elysium. Does it really have to come to this? Bang. Amid the mist shards in the sky, 1,000 roses shimmered in the light. I've been thinking for a long time. Why do you have to erase my memories? Why go to such extremes to play these games? Manu, what are you people really plotting against Babylonia? Meanwhile, Babylonia, residential district. What do you mean Colton Woodburn is dead? How many times did I tell you to keep an eye on him? Meanwhile, on the surface. FOS. What is that place? Oh, it's Babylonia. A wonderful place that is. Then let's bring FOS down. Oh my god. Says Ising. Oh my god. In the summer of 2155, Hassan and Yeltsin shook hands beneath the emblem of the world government. They were idealists then, proclaiming that they were to build a world for all. Now, years later, a bullet fires from the gun in Yeltsin's right hand. It cuts through the night breeze over Kongang Central University's running track. Pierces the memory of his wedding with Claire. Rushes through Monu's sterile chamber. Oh, is she the daughter? I don't mean... Oh my goodness. And shoots through Hassan's body. What? Wait, what? Oh my god. That can't be. Four clusters burst through the doorway. Spropit's assassination intent failed. They've tracked him down here. The dark attempt on Hassan's life is also ruined. But none of that matters anymore. It's time for the hypocritical banner in the sky to fall. Forgive me for this, but I regret nothing. Farewell, Hassan. He turns the gun itself and points the trigger again. The bullet tearing through his own heart. A sound comes from outside, but it no longer matters. The windmill of fate has begun its turn. Oh my god, this is dark!